please. Okay, so we're live. I'm just telling you all what's happening. So 6:30 to 7 is me. 7 to 7:15 is Maylin. 7:15 to 7:45 is Korea, sure. 7:45 to 8 is Eric. 8 to 8:10 is Talea. And then Deb, I just kind of figured if you wanted to take the rest of the space. But you all can, this is a whatever type of night. It is however we want to go. So we are live. We are 32 seconds into the live.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
Hey.
Hello.
What's up? Hey.
Hello, the one viewer.
Do I
that
go
we
on
have.
Facebook and see who's like watching this? What's good, y'all? My name is Deb. I know it's kind of weird. Just go.
Hey y'all. Welcome to Sacred Voices live open mic. It is a little bit different from what we have going on in previous times. Yeah, it is just very impromptu open mic because I am running it. My name is Brie Hill. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. I'm the board member for Sacred Voices. And yeah, we're gonna get into it. You all can interact with us if you want. But it's gonna be a fun night. It's gonna be a great night. I'm going to do one poem and then that's it. Maybe. It's 6:49. I have time. No, I don't. I have time.
What is time?
Where is time? This is true. Okay. I'm actually not going to do a poem. I'm just going to introduce all the lovely people that we have. So we have Deb, we have Korea, we have Talea, and we have Eric, and we have hello, Maylin. So we have all the peoples, all the lovely peoples. Hello, we are live. We are going on all the lives. So yeah, Maylin, do you want to go? You're halfway into it, so. You are also muted. You don't have to go if you don't want to go. Hold on. All the things are happening. Talk to this thing. Oh, Maylin, you're still muted. This is why I don't like technology, y'all.
Can they hear you?
I think Maylin can hear me.
I think this is a sign you're supposed to do a poem first.
Okay. Sure. Man, this feels just like Sacred Voices. Back in the old days, we go up on stage and everything is happening. Cool. I'm going to do a poem while Maylin is getting stuff organized. Cool. I wrote this one yesterday at a frenzy. It is great. So, no one will remember me unless I touch them. Brown hands find their ways in between other brown hands. How many stories exist on a skin cell? How many possibilities exist in the creases of palms like tree rings? Each ring, each crease is a name, is a story, is a body to be recognized. Names like Nina, Marsha, Lauren, Billy. What's your name again? Fingers trace over skin, the most intimate way to breathe life back into a body. Goosebumps are elders, popping nappy-headed children on porches. Skin tags, a meal cooked with love but rejected by majority, folded in half and placed under tongues. No one remembers home unless it touches them. Eyelashes fall on cheekbones, make their homes on the edge of waterfalls. How many more times will we cry tonight, next week, right now? I feel the most kept when the shades are brown. No one will remember the way I taste unless they see me. Lips will whisper longings in the nooks of thighs, enjoying the way they quiver over each word. I still have your love letter. No one will remember themselves unless bodies know how to find their ways back to one another. Lost lovers, lost friends, lost ancestors. They remember the sounds, familiar touches, all of it. No one will remember me until I welcome them home. That was that. I love the.
Okay, poet.
Thank you. I tried that. Cool. I think we're still having a bit of technical difficulties. I think Maylin may dip out and then come back. Also, hello, Mateo. Mateo is watching us, y'all. That's dope. That's cool. Welcome. Hello.
Ew, why are you an audience member?
Rude. And Josie's here.
Rosie.
Hey, Josie. I was just on a Zoom call with you. How are y'all doing during COVID while we're waiting for Maylin to come back? How is your heart? How is your space?
You know,
All I do is self-care. Should I be doing something else?
I've cried, You out here crying, sobbing for no reason, honestly. My brother's here, so that's last night I have finally canceled the entirety of all white people. So I'm in that space right now. So that's been great for me, formative. I feel like I'm learning. I'm just gonna mute this.
Cool. Maylin is back, so let me see. Hi. Welcome.
Hi.
Yay!
Thank you. Yay. Sorry.
Cool. No, you're good. This is an
Okay.
improv night. Just gonna be honest with you all. So if you want to introduce yourself and then give us all the blessings and healings that you have with your words.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate you guys open this up. I think it's really cool we can still do open mics. I've been wanting to come to Sacred Voices for a while now, and I haven't was so busy, but it's awesome to be able to do it online as well. My name is Maylin Martinez. I am I'm a college student here in Colorado and Denver. I'm originally from Pueblo. Um, and yeah, I've always really liked writing. I just kind of picked up poetry not too long ago, actually. So I don't have a lot, but I made some pieces for actually some school assignments, and I really I feel really deeply about them. So I've been excited to come and share them with more people. So they kind of range the theme. I have one. I don't know how many I'm allowed to do. They tend to go a little long, so if I'm going too long, please let me know, and I will zip up. um, yeah. So this first one I have, if I can go ahead and start, is that cool? Yeah. Awesome. Everyone can hear me.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. Thank you. So the first one I have, I wrote a few years ago for a pageant that I was in, and it is about basically where I'm from, my culture, my ancestry, that sort of thing. So it is called. I titled it Home. And I know this one is the only one I can kind of memorize, but I get a little nervous, so don't mind me if I'm reading from my phone. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'll go ahead. Take 4 cups of flour, just a palm of salt, 2 cups of water, and 2 tablespoons lard. Whisk away into a mixing bowl, roll into balls of dough, flatten with powdered hands in a rodillo. Set carefully onto the placa, and voila. As my nana kneaded the dough, so was my heart molded, and my head held high for the value of tradition in our brown skin. For the longest time, I tried to decide if home was a person, a place, or a thing, until I saw the roses blooming in my blood and I realized that the answer was inside of me. Home, you see, is not built by brick nor bone, but is all the memories that pulse along with mi corazón. Home sounds like my grandfather's guitar and my uncle's violins playing in unison. It looks like birthday parties as big as family reunions. It smells like my nana's Christmas tamales, and it feels like the frost on my nose during Las Posadas. My home is the culture that engulfs me, and is the answer that is found in my family, refusing to be ignored because I am a Latina and this is my story. My home was a refuge, a place of sanctity, something to hold on to. But I noticed that I shared this home with many others, yet their houses weren't built quite as strong. Don't get me wrong, you see, they tried, they did their best. But even after years at tests of gruesome wars, only to have the dirt snatched from beneath their feet, like a welcome mat pulled right from under their hands that hide and deny the lie behind their explanations that had no justification. It's like meeting a new group of people who point out right away that living in your own skin is illegal, who refuse to open their hearts, to break down the walls that surround both their souls and their American ground. We can't cross their borders, but we can cross their white picket fences to be with their to take care of their children as stand-in parents. And crossing over to make a living for our own, well, they'd consider that a criminal offense. I was once asked, why should you care? You're not from Mexico. Don't you see, though, we can't have a relationship with one another unless one has more power and the other must push down until they drown in the sound of their own dying resistance? This is the matrix we live in, one in which we at the same time take arrogant pride in its existence and yet we are constantly fighting for our existence.
Oh no. Maylin, if you are still there, you cut out a little bit. See, all this is why I don't like technology. As soon as it was getting good, it just cuts it out. Okay, let's do. Hello. Hello. You back? You with us? Yokovichi. Maylin, we can hear you a little bit. You go in and out though.
Can you hear me? Sorry, it out.
You're going a little bit in and out. There's like robot noises happening. Ooh, technology. Okay, let's hit any STEM majors out there for IT support. Feel that.
Hello.
We can hear you. Just like it's like an echo, but there's like a robot at the end of the tunnel. Oh no. Well, what do we do now? Deb, make a joke. I don't know. Oh wait, hold on. Maylin may come back. Ooh, let's see. Hello. You're back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Maylin, try maybe speaking without your camera on. That may help. So if
Okay.
you can turn your camera off.
Sure thing. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I might have to just do it like that. It seems to be working a little better. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Why are you apologizing? It's technology's fault.
Yeah. I feel so bad. I don't mean to keep going in and out. So unprofessional. Sorry.
What is professional really?
True. At this point. um, would you guys want me to continue? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Or am I glitching out or anything?
You glitched a little bit towards the end of that conversation. But I would love for you to continue because your poem is really, really, really touching. Like me, Eric shook their head enthusiastically. So I feel like that is a good thing. And honestly, just take your time, you know?
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Do you guys I'm not sure where it kind of cut off.
I don't remember. Pick a stanza and then just go with it.
I can kind of start just from the end where I remember before it cut off. I can start there if you guys
Sure.
can hear me.
Yes. One of the
Okay.
words cut
Okay.
out, but yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. I'll go ahead then. And then just let me know if it anything.
Cool.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So I'll start here. No, I'm not from Mexico, but I can't seem to fathom just why another brown girl in the same country lie awake at night as I soundly sleep. And yet she listens to the deafening sounds of her own lonely heartbeat, confused with all the deceit. Is this the land of dreams? No, so she cries. Do you think I can just stand by when she wonders just how she may feed her children back at home and how she can face all the ignorance and yet prevent her heart from turning into stone? See, home grew these roses that bleed for me. They came from the most unexpected places, the ones that you once thought were weeds, but they were planted by my seeds. The same ones that you once thought were weeds. My name is Malin Amalia Martinez, and I praise the Lord above me for this history that gave my ancestors their revolutionary beauty. And I will not say sorry, because I am a Latina, and this is my story. And that's the end of that one.
Wow. I'm gonna mute myself for all the snaps. That was so good. Love
Thank
that.
you. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you so much for the support. And I love the snapping. Would you like me to continue, or is my time up, or
You have until 7:15 if you would like. So
okay, I'm sorry. You said I could go ahead? You're kind of glitching out. Sorry.
yeah, you have until 7:15.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Okay, well, I'll continue with the second one that I'd like to share with y'all. This one I wrote for a class, and it was a really awesome class where we talked about writing. Sounds really simple, but kind of the power that comes in writing and literature, and where our influences in our writing comes from. In that class, I learned a lot about why writing has always been so important to me, and I think it's been because to share my experiences with my mental health, and my struggles, and I kind of write to help others kind of um, maybe feel a little less alone, and I just think there's a lot of power in writing and words. So I wrote this to maybe inspire others to think about where their words come from and where their voice comes from and how they can use that to empower others. So I don't have a title for this one, but I'll go ahead since my time's almost up anyways. All right. Um, can you remember the first words that you spoke? How they freed from your lips like a bird broke the bars from its cage out into the world, finally able to sing. How you smiled when you heard yourself first use your wings. You set yourself free. No, I don't just mean the first time that you spoke literally, but when you really spoke for the first time you actually felt listened to. Maybe it was because your heart broke or you felt scared, alone, isolated, exhausted from the things life threw at you. And then something inside you awoke, raising you back up like someone drawing the curtains and letting the light in. Do you remember since then how it's felt to compose your own story? The ability to share your broken pieces with others who hurt too. So together you'll make marvelous windows of mosaic that the light shines right through. Your journeys of words since then is unique to you. Up until this point, your ancestors took words from dust and have built empires out of them. The stories your grandmother told you, the jokes you tell at dinner with your family, the first words you think of when you remember your childhood, your last name, speeches at weddings, graduations, funerals, vows made, letters and texts, forgotten fairy tales, lessons learned, stifled laughter, exchanged during secret late nights, good nights and goodbyes that kept you warm at night, the last goodbyes, the whispers that carried your tears when you felt they couldn't stop, words that are heavy with regret on your shoulders, yells of frustration and pain, things you said that you wish you could take back, but you can't. These have all shaped you, molded your heart into the person that stands here today. Wherever that's taken you or where you've been, how different you all are, where you come from. It doesn't matter if your experience differs because we all share in this human experience. Faith, joy, sorrow, suffering, feeling numb, living. The thing we all share here today is that you all have a voice worth giving. What makes the difference is will you forget the strides you've made thus far to let others hear it? Or have you forgotten the hands that cultivated the ground you stand upon? So long ago, traveling into foreign lands or excitedly yet apprehensively making their own, building communities out of promises for a better future. Have you forgotten all that's brought you here? The endless nights of memorizing words on a page for tests, stories that have touched your soul, memories you still hear replaying in your head, the words of confidence a loved one kisses upon your forehead, truths that brought you to self-realization and renewal, the goals stamped on the doors of your heart, pain that you travel with like a first language, or promises made to soothe your aches. Do you remember your name? Do you even realize the beauty that you hold inside you? Let yourself feel that. And if you've forgotten the words of those before you in the ashes, raise it back up like a phoenix of passion. Understand that there are others out there who don't get these kinds of chances. Understand that yelling doesn't make things better, doesn't make you bigger, because in reality, there in you lies a simple whisper, ready to set others free too. Let your voice reconstruct despairing communities into kingdoms of hope and opportunity. Make a family. There are those out there who feel lost, ignored, unheard, forgotten, and suffocate under the weight of silence. As you have had the ability to hear the songs of your mind, soul, and heart, they don't even know what their own voice sounds like. Hushed by power, start. It is my call to others to put down their weapons, guns, and pointing fingers. If you have freedom, if you have power, if you have listeners, make room for others to speak. Turn your words into bread, break it into a dinner for all, filling the bellies of those hungry for justice. There is room for everyone at this dinner table. We need to feed the hungry and fix this numbness. There is a heavy unrest in the quietness. We are in this together, as we all have each our own stories, crafted by fingertips that ache to feel the absence of pain. Lift others up from their unspoken lives. Let your words renew others like a desert's first rain. Do not be afraid. The challenges that lie ahead simply mean that your hard work will reap results. Sitting around in silence is worse than any type of ruckus that your words could cause. I say this because I suffered that for a long time in my life. I felt alone, quieted, unable to speak even a sound. Tortured by the ugly truths that nobody else could hear, the silence devoured me, and I drowned. I found refuge within the pages of my favorite books as the messages that lie in between the lines kissed my wounds, until one day I spoke. I spoke until it stopped my hurt. I spoke until someone listened. I spoke until I couldn't. I spoke and angels sang. I spoke until it stopped the rain. I spoke so that others could hear the heavenly choirs of their souls once again. And together we healed. So I ask you today to consider the power that lay inside your words. Have careful consideration of your verbiage. Mend the holes in others with your knowledge. Be words of light in someone's life. Tell the truth everywhere. Remember where you come from. Break down the nonsense that your oppressors utter. Leave them speechless. Evade fear. Build influential empires of shared stories passed down. Share your crown with others. Cry for peace so loud it shakes the ground and opens the heavens. Find the forgotten and let your words resurrect them into the sky for all to hear. Bestow sanctuaries upon those who are still finding their voice again. Let them taste what it's like to be free. Speak. And that's it. That's the end of that one.
Wow. Wow. All the snaps, wow.
Very good.
Thank you.
Did you say that you just like started writing poems? Did you say that you were new to this?
New to it.
Wow, I'm speechless, y'all. Like I
I'm
don't
sorry you're breaking out, but I hear parts of what you're saying and it sounds really nice and positive. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes. Wow. I'm speechless, y'all. Words of affirmation from Maylin.
You did that. Like, keep going.
did
I'm like
that.
really excited to hear you spit more.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful.
I appreciate to that with you guys. Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying this opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you for being here, for
Thank you
opening
for
us
your
up.
words.
Whew. It's hot. If there was a mic, I'd be like fanning off the fire. Wow, okay. That's cool. That's dope. Korea, you up next. You up next. You want to introduce yourself? You want to do the things? Also, if you all like go, you can also like leave the stream, or you can just like you can be here. It's whatever. You can hang out.
I would tell you that because like I was really eating jambalaya like on the stream. It's okay. Hey everybody. I am Korea. I go to school in Boulder. I use she, her, hers pronouns. I'm from New Jersey, so like I got an accent sometimes. I've been doing poetry since last summer in June. So June 20, we're in 2020, right? 2019. Yeah. And yeah, so I guess I'm a poet. That's my thing.
You guess? You guess? Don't lie to these
Stop
people.
playing
Don't
with me right now.
Okay.
don't lie right now.
Well, I have 3 pieces that I want to read tonight. 2 that I worked on in my writer's workshop, my writer's group last week. And then 1 that has been kind of just sitting in my like inbox for a little bit. So the first one is for like allies, because I don't know if you've been following the news as I have, but it has just been like disgusting to be like in that space for me, just with everything that I'm seeing right now. And I'm seeing like all of these white tears, like, oh my God, like, how do we stop it? Like, no, like do something about it. You know what I mean? So I have like a very deep hatred with the word ally. Because I don't think that people really embody what it means to be an ally. So I wrote this one poem for allies. So here it goes. For historians, it is common practice to dig up 1 foot by 1 foot plots of soil as deep as they can go to determine how many pollen grains are in the dirt to collect data on what the productivity looked like back at a given time. I want them to dig up plots in Georgia plantation fields or dig up asphalt from Selma. I would like them to dig up sidewalk chunks from in front of a Birmingham church. I wonder how many bones are littered amongst cotton. I ponder about the sleeping smiles now deteriorated. I do not know if the lashes on backs have ever been soothed by the mud or if the marrow ever truly forgets. I wonder if they would consider tears and amputated families productivity for an America that would never want to dig domestically. I was college clay the first time a white person asked me to let them dance between my teeth and call them an ally. I had not seen an ally or their family in our neighborhoods. I did not know them in our churches. I envisioned them in tattered textbooks handed down because our taxes on 54 North American Drive constrained our bodies to desks that were falling from bolts, and our gym balls seemed to be inflated only for basketballs and footballs. We are puppets ribboned with string before we will ever understand our history. No one ever provides scissors. We are put out to the field before anyone will ask our name. We take out $50,000 loans to know our history. In an elective, I might add, we know digging and trip on the limbs we find in soil America's historians. So you have to forgive me when I say I know no allies. The very word is violence itself. It splits open my navel and houses them in a womb that does not belong to their tongues. It has the audacity to gaze up at me from inside my belly to ask if I am comfortable. But fair enough. You want to be an ally. Okay. I have a few questions for you. Historians love interviews. Does your allyship still ask to touch my hair? Does your allyship feed off of fetish? Does your allyship talk to your racist grandma? Does your allyship know non-binary is not just binded to they, them pronouns? Does your allyship know Google? Does it know center? Does it know front line and pepper spray or the crook of a coconut oiled flesh latched onto the belief of a horizon visible only to squinted eyes? Does your allyship ask me to carry you while my feet are pinned to splintered wood when you have a hammer? Does your allyship do more than say I tried? Does it do more than wait for when I am around? Does it do more than whisper? My mother taught me that whispers are violent. They slash deeper than a tethered voice hanging on from the lips. If you are to make any sound worth reverberating in the canals of ears, it must first till your own cheeks. You must see your mother color stain your neck, give birth to action. I will not contort my teeth to spit the word ally and watch it dribble down to the base of my fingers that are still in the mud when I have not seen you be historian. I can't say I know progress since the civil rights movement when you have decided your body is hashtag that memorializes and cements a moving word. I don't want to be invited to the tables, break the chairs, and let our knees know grass, let our hands heal, take to the tending of the soil for a minute before a historian from the future finds my own flesh in her 1 foot by 1 foot plot of dirt. I'd like to see what white bones equal with black marrow. But for now, I'll tell you what I understand as a historian with stained nails. Allyship is not real, not in the way that it is theorized. It means nothing if it is not practiced. It means nothing if you don't spill blood. That was the first one. And that's been like weighing on my
God.
Yeah,
grab my dabbing cloth, y'all.
Oh, I like that. I like that print. Hey,
That's straight bars.
thank you.
That's, you know.
I
So
read that
thank you.
at MLK. They asked me to come speak for like an MLK day, so that one's just been like sitting there. But I had some white people shook. They were like, "What? Like we're supposed to feel good on MLK day?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm sorry, we're not gonna feel good."
I'm hot. Y'all hot? Whew. Y'all keep leaving the mic on. There's no mic, but y'all leaving the mic on fire.
That was straight bullets coming out. So
the next two that I want to do, I kind of want to give a backstory for the last one that I wrote, but the first one that I wrote was just for like, do I want to read that one? Yeah, I'll read it. I don't really know what I was feeling, but this poem just like had to come out of me. So I think I'm going to read the first one and then I'll just go straight into the backstory for the second one. And then I'll just like read the second one. Sitting on rusted nail beds in between doors, splintered and sudden, startled and suppressed, spitting sunflower seeds to gardens 3 generations dead from a window where blood should have delivered me. I ask the world if I am meant to be here. For a minute, it is quiet and my breath feels blasphemous. My body erupts in a closet, being since past in awe of how my flesh mimics life, but I ain't really alive, I cry. And I don't go to church anymore. So I can't help but to feel as though these closets and wood my skin is buried inside is God spitting on faltering hiccups, trying to be life, trying to be alive, trying to be words, trying to be. It seems fitting that a carpenter might deliver the final nail to oakwood and awkward existence. Somewhere expansive and still breathing, I ask, am I supposed to be here? And I hear laughs, sputtering, new sunflowers in the garden from my spit, and the world is quiet. So that's the second one. And then this last one, so I would like to ask everybody, if you haven't already, to take a minute for the Black lives that have been lost this month and for the previous months and all of the months that, have been in existence. Just take a minute. And I don't know if we have time to do that now. But in your own personal life, please take a minute and just sit with that and make a plan for what you're going to do. Because I'm really tired of these just being stories that we see and these names being thrown by the wayside. And our bodies as Black people are only shown to Black people as maimed, dead, or incarcerated. And I really want people to sit with that. Like, when's the last time you saw just like a feel good movie besides, the photograph from this past year? That's like the one thing that we have. Queen and Slim, they literally like shot us up on a screen. So I really want people to even see, like, in the media and like art, we are also shown dead, incarcerated, and maimed. Those are the images that are reserved for us, right? And so it shouldn't be surprising that that's what's happening in life. And so I'd ask you to please take a minute and find something that you're gonna do, because this is ridiculous and the Black community is tired. I gotta say, like, I'm tired. I know the Black community is tired of just seeing these videos being surfaced. Also, I ask that, don't just share the video. Like, if you see a Black person being murdered on, an Instagram live or a Facebook live, please don't share that. Like, that's the most insensitive thing that you can do, especially with Instagram, and Facebook not having like timers anymore. It's very traumatic to just see that. I also ask for people that are within movement communities. Yeah, we know what's going on. Please do not send your movement friends the video and ask, have you seen this? That is very insensitive. And so I wrote this next poem to be, we live in this one, because we don't live enough. So we parade down Montgomery Ave with new feathers peacocking to pews, tiny hands grasping Sunday nines, holy ghosts making love and organs summoning their spirits. We play with toys out in the street. Orange caps are just Fanta bottles. Wallets don't summon sirens. A hairbrush just brings waves with Black boys' imaginations filling the space of the world, not bullets filling their bodies before they fill out themselves. We get pulled over and sent on our way. No plastic bags make it around our fingertips, grappling with sermons that plead with the idea that we don't matter. We tie up soggy laces and can throw them up on wires that never resemble our bodies in Georgia. We let our music kiss the sky through bass propelling in between Friday nights and Saturday kisses. We are Harlem Sundays and jazz symphonies traversing and jamming Gatlings. We train for marathons or maybe to fill our lungs with tomorrow just so we know that there's still flesh between our bones tomorrow. We run and no one chases. We cry and no one drowns us in our own rivers. And my offering is laid at the amalgamation of all the altars that promise we live tomorrow until we live today. We live in this one, and for the ones to come, we live. And so that one is dedicated to Ahmad. And I just have to say also that I was seeing a lot of things circling, and I'm sorry, like, if I'm rambling right now, but I just have to like get this out. I saw a lot of things circling with people, wanting to, run for Ahmad, right? And that was the way that we showed solidarity. And I want to make it very clear, I'm not against the, the run or the marathon that people were asking people to do. But I did see a lot of hateful things going around on social media, where, okay, if you don't run, you are not really an activist. If you don't run, you're not really a part of the movement. And while I can't, I don't even know. Like, that's just like a ridiculous ass statement to me, because like, as somebody that studies Black popular movements, not every single person during the civil rights movement went to every single rally. Not every single person went to every boycott. Not every person went to every sit-in. Not every person went to every march. And so that's okay. The only thing that makes you not an activist is if you don't move. You don't make movement. So hold space for people that are making art, making poetry, all of these other ways that are resistance, and understand that people's existence is sometimes resistance. And not everyone can show up in those spaces to, do the single solidarity effort, right? And so I would just offer that your form of resistance is valid. If you didn't run and you did something else to hold space for Ahmaud, it's valid. You are valid. And then I ended last time with something that I have still been doing. So last time I shared a word that I've been like working through for the week. And so last time it was mbele, which means forward in Swahili. And then this week has been a phrase in French, and it means jusqu'ici tout va bien. And it means so far, so good. And so I would just offer everyone to keep going. If you're still breathing, so far, so good. So thank you for, listening, sticking with me. Appreciate it. Mwah.
Wow. I love this, y'all. This is a dope open mic. And you end it like right on time. This is really cool. Welcome, Ase too. Do you want to go after Korea? I know you just got up in here and I like throw you in there.
Is there a time limit that we're rocking? Is that what I'm hearing? I'm just getting information because I don't know what I'm gonna do. So you want me to go before you, Ase too? You want me to go before you? That would be amazing. I'd appreciate that a ton. Is that okay?
Cool. So Talea will go, and then Eric will go, and then Ase will go, and then Deb will go.
I can flex with that. Thank you.
I wish I could organize y'all where it's like this, but it's not Tetris. Anyway, Talea, hi. Introduce yourself. Welcome us into you.
Hi. I am Talea Banks. I'm a Black queer artist, anthropologist, healer, lover, Sagittarius, a little bit of all of the things in between. I write, I do the things. Yeah, and I'm gonna do some poetry. I'm also in a Black Film writing group with Korea, and Ase too, and I really enjoy them, and I love doing poems with them, and I love hearing poems, so I just always feel good. So I'm gonna do like 3 shorter poems. Yeah. I'm like nervous. You learn your ache has echoes, dances to the smoke, deeper in the hips the leaves are growing back. Whispering, get free in this body, how fear will sink you and ask you how you lost your life, how we didn't create this hell together, like this isn't our manifestation, like how much negotiating of these bodies do you need? How we take silence and bully ourselves. I'll be damned to be loyal to shame I've imagined. I dare you to own both ache and echo, to see them for unresolved, to trust ache as feeling and echo as lesson, to stop relinquishing your power out of the belief you are the weak one. There is power in your safety, in your gentle. We dance to more oxygen and getting to be more of ourselves. Ooh, that's a poem. Thank you. I appreciate you all. Yeah. The last time I was here, Korea introduced us to the term Zoomers, and it refers to people who use their phones to like read poems, which is totally fine. I'm not judging. And I'm just remembering what it means to return back to like writing and like seeing my poems in my books, in my journals. So I am actually going to read a poem off of the computer. Prancing in circles, I ask myself, how are you lonely in a room with God? Neglect yourself. Forget the God in you. Wait for someone to save you. Let darkness overwhelm you. Pray. Ask for better days. See darker days. Believe emptiness is tamed in you. Gain 80 pounds. Lose 50 pounds. I play this game with my childhood God. He goes, knock, knock. I ask, who is there? He reminds me I used to wait for God to love me. I play this game with myself. I go knock, knock. I ask who is there. I remind myself I used to wait for God to love me. I'm learning the capital G. I'm relearning how to pray. I'm redefining church. I am finding community to commune with. I am untying the knots I've complicated, digging out respectability and replacing it with holy. God is change, honest truth, and liberation. That's another poem. Yeah, shout out to people learning their gods and understanding their gods and fighting their gods and doing all of the things. Do I have time? Am I okay on time? Can I do like another poem? Another 2 poems? What are we feeling? What are we feeling?
Sure, we're gonna go over time, and I am completely okay with it. Y'all gonna be here. I'm gonna be here. These 4 people watching this, 5 people. It changes. Hello, welcome, 10 people. It's all gonna be here.
Oh wow. I wrote this poem about my mom. Shout out to people who did not have a great Mother's Day. It's okay. I'm nothing like you. I'm everything like you. I'm salt tossing and sun charging, resisting surrender and running from my darkness. Mom, my clothes too have burn holes in them. I know what it's like to run and end up where you started. I'm nothing like you. I'm everything like you. I don't know what parts of you loved my dad. I know anger as love. I know disassociate. I know keep your mouth shut. I am nothing like you. I'm everything like you. I am fire and every right to these feelings. Mom, I hope you think I am deserving of the healing you run from. I'm nothing like you. I'm everything like me. I cannot keep quiet and cordial, Mom. I'm tired of being in knots. I'm nothing like me, and I'm everything like you. I'm apologizing after I speak my feelings just in case they are wrong. I'm learning to surrender with grace, apologize where I need to, and provide healing for the trauma I've caused. It matters not how many people I do this with because I'm looking for it with you. I'm nothing like you. I'm everything like you. Okay. Thank you. And this is my last poem, which I wrote this poem today in the sun. And I looked for it and it's like halfway done because I got to a line and I was like, I should do this thing. So here we go. When you decide to be God on Thursday, I will gather the flowers and tell them of your magic, how it is safe to float in our dreams here, that we can be as tender as we need here, that we shape the Bible, Lord rooting, Walker growing, Baldwin grieving, in constant surrender we learn grace. We learn to allow. When you decide to be blue, I will gather the wood, remind trees of their nuance, and build steady fires of wholeness. Remembering the sun returns to the ocean after the storm. We rethink silence over memories of zucchini bread. And then that's where the poem ended because I then wanted to go bake zucchini bread. So I baked a zucchini bread today. Thank you for having me.
Can I give Talera her flowers? Because we gotta give flowers. Like, you are so beautiful. You are such a beautiful soul. I get so happy every time I see you and I hear your voice. And I just like, how the fuck? Oh my god, I'm not supposed to go. I'm sorry. I get excited. How is it possible for you to just like make everyone that you come in contact with feel so held and so loved? I don't know. But I'm so grateful that you are in my life and that I am blessed to be in your presence. So that's the flowers that I just have to give you. That's on my heart right now. So I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. I love all this. I'm gonna second what Kriya said. I said it in the private chat because we have a private chat. I'm gonna say it on live. I'm in love with Tale. All the words, all the feelings. Tale is just this amazing human being that I am thankful to have in my universe. So that's man. I love my heart's all happy, y'all. Heart's just doing a little jig. I love it. Who's next? Eric? Yeah. You wanna introduce yourself?
Hello.
You
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Sure. Hello, friends and humans and spirits and or pixels. My name is Eric. Find me at Phantom Poet. The little thing is down here. I feel like a YouTuber, so that's special because I don't have a YouTube. So I've always wanted to do this. Like, click the link, follow me. Shout out to everyone here reading poems. Like, y'all are some poets. Okay, I'm honored and privileged to be a part of the poetry, so appreciate that. In listening to Malin's poem, I was reminded of this poem I really like as well by a poet named Joy Harjo, who is the poet laureate of the United States currently. So that's cool. So I want to read that one, and then I'll read some of my own. Yeah, this one is by Joy Harjo, and it's called Perhaps the World Ends Here. The world begins at a kitchen table. No matter what, we must eat to live. The gifts of earth are brought and prepared, set on the table. So it has been since creation, and it will go on. We chase chickens or dogs away from it. Babies teethe at the corners, they scrape their knees under it. It is here that children are given instructions on what it means to be human. We make men at it, we make women. At this table, we gossip, recall enemies and the ghosts of lovers. Our dreams drink coffee with us as they put their arms around our children. They laugh with us at our poor, falling down selves as we put ourselves back together again at the table. This table has been a house in the rain, an umbrella in the sun. Wars have begun and ended at this table. It is a place to hide in the shadow of terror, a place to celebrate the terrible victory. We have given birth on this table and have prepared our parents for burial here. At this table, we sing with joy, with sorrow. We pray of suffering and remorse. We give thanks. Perhaps the world will end at the kitchen table while we are laughing and crying, eating of the last sweet bite. Alrighty, so that was that. I guess it feels natural to do another like end of the world poem. I have this poem called Apocalypse Party, and it's kind of that same thing, like knowing that we're going to be dancing and crying, we're going to be laughing, and all of the emotions now and until the bitter end or the sweet end or whatever kind of end. This is Apocalypse Party. Quote, the phenomenon of dance and possession, during which the most brutal aggressiveness and impulsive violence are channeled, transformed, and spirited away. The dance circle is a permissive circle. It protects and empowers, end quote, Frantz Fanon. We've been at this party. We've been a part of this party. This ain't a pity party. We ain't a part of their pity. We were born at this party, born, torn apart, born political party, born cute. In the war, we been cute. We been war. We were born in war games, and they been playing games. They've been tearing apart. They've been tearing up the floor. They've been blowing up the party. They drop a bomb, and we drop a beat. They drop a bomb and we drop a beat. The party been bomb. The beat drones on. The beat drone bombs. The beating. The beating. The beat. 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 Drop the beat. Drop it. Drop my red. My juicy beat. My beat down to the floor. Red. The dance floor. Left. Red feet. Shoot my feet. Shoot the shot. Shot myself in the mirror. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. They shoot up the dance floor. We fuck up the dance floor. We been fucked up, so we know how to fuck it all back down. The world been fucked up. The world been had apocalypse. We been apocalypse. We been dancing. Shoot my feet. Dance. Drop. Alrighty. So, I don't know if I mentioned this in my intro. I am a Gemini. I can't curse outside of the poems. I'm a Gemini AF, Eric Francis. So I am born on June 19th, which also happens to be my favorite holiday, Juneteenth. So I have a Juneteenth poem, and some backstory for this poem. It's kind of written as a glossary, so it has like a word and then definitions. I wrote it after I was commissioned to write this piece about the Black Arts Festival. It was by Meow Wolf. Yeah, I'm gonna name names. It was by Meow Wolf, and it was really frustrating because they didn't want me talking about the full history of Black arts in Denver. They didn't want me to talk about gentrification. They didn't want me to mention Juneteenth, and they didn't say it was fit for a national audience. And I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. So we did like 28 emails back and forth. I got most of what I wanted to say. So the article is there, but there's one little error. I don't know how this happened because I didn't do it, but Juneteenth was spelled Juneteeth. And I was like, and it's still there, published to this day on Meow Wolf, Juneteeth, and it just drives me mad. So I wrote this poem to reclaim Juneteeth for myself, and also to be like, this is Juneteenth. Here are the definitions. I'm going to give you something, and maybe if you know, you know, and if you don't, you don't. Okay, that's my preface. This is called Glossary Juneteenth. Juneteenth. June 19th, 1865. Etymology, 19th century African American vernacular expression, emancipation, reclamation, a pride parade. The first game of telephone before the first telephone, the last time they gave us horses. A tenth of a score, and 6 months ago, a deferred dream of 40 acres and a mule. La Amistad. Frederick Douglass's What to the Slave is the 4th of July, the blackest time of the year, in Galveston, in Denver, in Minneapolis, in Tulsa. The cookout, kickback, meetup after the scatter. Barbecue pit turkey legs, chicken wings, watermelon, bean patties, beef patties, red soda, water, purple drink, sweet tea, lemonade. A portmanteau drenched in sweat. Black Southern diaspora. Holy day, Black Western holiday, Negro sunshine, the summer solstice, Resurrection City's funeral reception, always a birthday in Gemini, always an unfinished novel. Juneteenth, a Freudian slip of the tongue. Juneteenth, a jaw cringing clenched. Juneteenth, a smile persistently yellowed like the sun, a mouthful of distrust of police, dentists, a tooth for a tooth and nail, teeth cutting trial and error, dental, surgeon, general order number 3, conversations among the teeth gaps of Angela Davis, of James Baldwin, of Malcolm X, the Robert T. Freeman Society's annual soiree. Ida Gray green tea home remedies, vengeance for Washington's dentures, wishes tucked under the pillow for universal health insurance, a grilled grin flossed, dripping, fossilized evidence of ancestral wisdom to remove the cavities, the braces, to brush daily with death, to remain anxious about whiteness, to bite the bullet, the time, not the tongue, not the dust, to bite and chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. Alrighty, how we doing on time? I guess I can do like one more, maybe. I don't know. Y'all can let me know. But I will
do it.
Cool. Thank you so much. So like I wanted to write like a contrapuntal, but that's hard. So this is like kind of that, but not really, but kind of. Anyway, it's called laminar flow. I don't know if that's a real thing or not because I saw it in the internet and then I looked it up and I don't know. Is it? Who knows? Is it real? So this is that. It's called stasis laminar flow. Static double helix streams. You see a river stopped dead, sightless pupils. And as if your eyewitness was unreliable, you dunk invasive your hand inside, refusing to dam. I've perfected my fluid dynamics. You will never know my time, shutter, sink, frame rate. You only see motion blur, the tip of my liquid iceberg melted. I keep flowing and shifting. You keep looking at me just the same. Water, 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 water. Static double helix streams. You see water, a river, stopped dead, sightless pupils, and as if your eye witness was unreliable, you dunk invasive, your hand inside water, refusing to dam. I've perfected my fluid dynamics you will never know. My time, shutter, sink, frame rate, you only see water, motion blur. The tip of my liquid iceberg melted. I keep flowing and shifting. You keep looking at water. Water, me. Water, me, just the same. Alrighty.
All the snaps.
And that's it for me. Thanks so much, y'all.
Woo-hoo. Thank you for that. Really quickly, since I am the host, just seeing some of the comments. Sacred Voices does not tolerate any negative comments of our performers, of our community members, of our whole entire organization. So if you have any negative comments, we will not address them. This is not the space for it. This is the space for collective healing. This is the space for joy. This is the space for people just to be themselves. And so with that, I think we have the amazing, I say too, gonna go, maybe, gonna bless us.
Hey, what up?
What up? You want to introduce yourself? Tell us who you are, what you do, who you is.
Sure. My name is Asetu Shango. I am a poet. I'm the poet laureate of Aurora, Colorado. And I do poetry as well as some other things, but we can just focus on poetry. And then I have 2 poems, both kind of new shit, but this one I wrote late last year. I'm writing a poetry book that I totally forgot about. And then I got a call from someone a couple of weeks ago who I had sent it out to. And she was like, oh my gosh, I just read your book. And I was like, what book are you talking about, sweetie? You must have the wrong number. And she was like, no, your book. I've been crying. And like she was reading back to me parts of my book. And I was shook. So I was like, oh, okay. So this is probably important. So this is from that piece. So it's reasons why systemic oppression is a topic for any occasion. Because it was here before I mentioned it. Because oppression and abuse are the default. Because silence does not disrupt the default. Because I did not ask your permission. Because you will never think it's appropriate. Because disruption with permission is not disruption. Because you would rather protect your fragility than my body. Because I am never not thinking about it, fearing it, navigating it, hearing the subtle ways in which I am being told not to be here, not to bring too much of myself around, that my presence and experience and name are just too hard to swallow, that my tone of voice does not match the celebration had on the grave sites that you will never mention, because disruption is the only way this space will ever be safe, because your friend group is not diverse, because you have left no space for the conversations that might leave room for me, because designated spaces for these conversations do not exist where you are, because it is 4 o'clock in the morning and this poem will not let me sleep, will not leave my heart or my body that is now an echo chamber for the laughter you shared at my expense. Because I cannot sleep, because I did not tell you why it was not funny, and my bones now ache from my silence. The same silence that supports a system meant to kill me, sideline my body and make it more palatable for the devouring. Because bringing up the issue is not the issue. Because my placement in your white space is not the issue. Because you should not feel safe with what you are saying. Because I don't feel safe hearing what you're saying. Because this weight on my chest feels too familiar. Because I have the audacity to think you should carry a piece of it. Because I did not create it, yet you expect me to bear it alone, in silence, because pointing out the issue is not the fucking issue, because your inability to face the way you perpetuate harm is the fucking issue, because I am not angry for no reason, because the conversation did not disappear when you asked me to stop having it. You have quarantined it to my body, because it is taking up more room than my breath, because it was meant to destroy me, and you are its servant, because you are protecting white fragility, because you are asking me to be complicit in crimes against my own being, which does not trust me anymore, and I have no safe place to rest, because to ask me to implode to support the same systems you claim to despise, because you do not despise its existence, only your awareness of it, because your lack of awareness is what has made me so unsafe. Because Black people are tired of only being acceptable as your servants and entertainers. Because I'm tired of only being acceptable as your servant or entertainer. Because I give a fuck about your sunburn when my throat is on fire. Because I'm censoring this poem as I write it. Because your feelings are a constant consideration. Because I center whiteness even when I am alone. So there's that. Thanks everyone. Yeah, that poem messes me up. Yeah, that's a thing. So I'm gonna leave that there. And then I also just want to say, I find that people get a little uncomfortable, especially out of like open mic spaces, when I talk really proudly about myself and like when I'm really unconcerned about being modest. And I read this quote that I'm going to paraphrase in Writer's Way. And she's like, it's not talent that decides like who's successful or who is up front. It's audacity. And so I'm very audacious about who I am. And I encourage you to be too. I just wanted to throw that in there. Okay, so this is an erotic poem. And I haven't written an erotic poem. Dev's face got me off guard. I haven't written an erotic poem in literally a decade. So this is fun. And I like wrote this like 2 nights ago. So #new shit. And it literally came out of me like writing a journal entry, like sitting down to write about this person. And then I like couldn't do anything else. So this is what happened. Now I just want to talk about how badly I want to touch her. I mean, wait, that isn't what I meant to say. It is, but damn, it is. All I want to do is ravage her body, slowly, consistently, oceanic rhythms and deep dives. I don't mean to be so greedy, but I want all of her body in my mouth. If only I could taste it. That lavender honey torso, those soft served lips. I don't mean to compare her to food. That's just all I want to pour on her, want to lick off her. The pleasure my fingers can only beg her to feel. I want her to feel it. I'm aroused by her arousal, her body curving up and down like all things in rhythm with the moon. How could I forget her connection with the moon? The way her shine dances at night, the way it curves ownership around my mind, and I ache for her. An ache I feel so deeply, I want to stick my tongue in it. I mean, you. I mean, I don't mean to write any of this because you're not mine, and there's nothing promising you to me except your lips. Oh no, now I'm thinking about those lips again, and I'm slipping. I want to grip you. I mean, I need to get a grip. Will you let me? Anyway, what I was going to say was you could choose not to choose me. And it's not to say that that choice to diverge from your spirit would be painful, but, and I mean this both literally and metaphorically, you wouldn't experience nearly as much pleasure. That's it. Korea. Sorry, I need to mute.
I hate. Whew. Whew. Yeah. Uh-huh. I'm speechless. Got no words, y'all. No words. None. No, that Korea was singing Nelly. It's hot in here. I don't know, words of affirmation for I say too, because y'all, my brain is just.
I feel like those are all the things I'd like to say to. I'm gonna go back. But thank you to the poets for always finding the words that are on our hearts.
I love that. I say to make a chapbook of all your erotic poems. I would love to purchase it and give you all the money.
I literally have one, but I can work on that.
Listen, all the money will go to you. If you need money, I will give you a down payment for this chapbook. You can take as long as you want. Whew, okay. My heart. Deb, you wanna go? Deb's up next. Deb's up next.
Hi guys. I am a comedian. The sworn enemy of poets.
Who said that?
Just step back. I perform stand-up comedy usually with Sacred Voices because they let me crash and I can get free recording. And also, a lot of my friends are poets, and I just think that you guys are magnificent. It's been a time. I also perform at the CU Comedy Club, which is essentially a liminal space, but only for white males that like to hit on my friends. I'm just going to start in it. I'm just going to get into it. Listen, guys, I know I look like The Weeknd, but only if you like respected women. I get that. That's a hard concept to just explain. Okay, that's hard. I understand. Recently, I've realized that my brother is funnier than me. Now, in my family, I have a couple of siblings, and I have a twin brother, and all he does every day is he wakes up and he goes on Black Twitter and does stan culture. And he's teaching me so much. However, maybe too much, because a couple of nights ago, and maybe in lieu of recent events, he started texting me the lyrics of Doja Cat's "Say So" remix. So that's been something that I've been trying to unpack, get through. Um, uh, I feel like lately the world is on fire, and to mitigate that, I decided to go on GTA. 5. Yes, I am a black male. On the inside, I do just all I want is to go down. Like, it's kind of my way of escapism, you know. I can walk down the street and nobody can attack me. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Frankly, I've been becoming more in touch with my blackness, and especially with them, I've been thinking a lot about my culture. Um, I'm Ethiopian, and you know, being Ethiopian and forgetting, I didn't know I was really Ethiopian until I was 12. And being African and realizing that you're African when you're 12, when you move to Aurora, um, that's kind of like forgetting a Porsche, but in the desert, you know? It's like, oh my God, I had all of this access, all of this space, all of this whole world. It's just right here. Um, yeah, and that's been crazy. My brother and I, when outside is legal again, we're probably going to be going down to some Ethiopian restaurants in Denver. And honestly, we're not built for this. Ethiopians, we like to kiss each other on the cheeks, you know, we're very close. We eat with our hands. Coronavirus was not really built for us, you know. We're very friendly people. We're very honest people. And however, I feel like every time I go into an Ethiopian restaurant, I am dealing with like a reverse racism situation because my brother and our food is like always comes to us like super late, super cold. It's dingy. The we have just separate the waitress is like, here you don't want, here you wanted this. This is what you get for $12.99, and it's like small dicey ass portions. But lo and behold, adoptive parents are on the way. Once an adopted, white family comes in, it's instantly like, hello, how are you? We have out of our menus here. We have all of our special items, you know. Do you want buna, shai? Let us know. Let us know. And then the waiter will look over to Barnabas and I and will be like, 50 immigrants. And just be on our way. So I don't know. I don't know if I'll be frequenting Ethiopian restaurants anymore. I think I'm going to do some more home cooking. Speaking of home cooking, I feel like my diet has just plummeted. You know, it has taken it's dropped harder than the stock market. You know, it's dropped harder than what white people think a base drop is. Okay, it's you know we're just the fact that in the past week that I've gotten 3 takeout orders, that's not sexy. Okay, I'm trying to get my body right. Okay, for who? At this point, no one knows. Um, but we all know that after quarantine ends, there's going to be an influx, a steady. No, my brother's ordering. My brother's ordering all the takeout. Um, someone commented. Um, oh my god, I just lapsed in thought. That happens sometimes. Why do I lapse in thought lately? I've been learning one thing about me that I've really been learning is that I have ADHD, which is Dr. Umar calls it ain't have a dad disorder. And I feel really hurt when that's never resonated with me more than now. um, yeah, so um, Yeah, he just went out for a packet of cigarettes, and it wasn't like that. The way that my dad, it was very weird. The way that my dad announced that he was leaving our family. I was 7, and it's like Sunday morning in Minnesota, in our like house or home, and our father's like, "Hello," and it's just me and Barnabas, and I think Jerusalem's outside, like running into a tree. I don't know. Um, our dad is like, "Deborah, Barnabas, come here," and it's just him, and he's in his bed, and he's like, "I shall be going away for a long time," and I was just like, "Oh, like on vacation? Like, can you take us?" He didn't take us. That's the end of the story because life is depressingly funny. So that's the punchline. Uh, so I don't know, man. I don't know. White feelings, white guilt. That's the next topic that's on my mind. I feel like I've been lately. Last night I called one of my friends and I was like, I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of holding place for not just white feelings and white guilt, but especially for white feelings and white guilt. Because at the end of the day, I don't know how to say this in the most cleanest way. I'm not really getting my hugs in. No one's out here. You're not gaining more access points. It's like I feel like the Black experience can be condensed down to a video game, but except you get no experience points. You get no HP points. You don't get any more. It's like a broken version of Animal Crossing where everyone's just like, oh no, you're not gonna get these new DLC contents. Okay, you're not. Speaking of things that are comparable, the gay experience. Right now, unfortunately, Pride has been canceled because the coronavirus is homophobic. Yeah, the coronavirus actually said the F word in one of their old tweets back from 2014. Yeah, I just found out today, you guys. It's wow. Cancel culture, am I right? But now we're all wondering, what are we Corona Del Rey? Am I gonna speak on Lana Del Rey? Lana Del Rey! I can't believe I was attracted to this woman. I cannot believe I actually wanted to suck this woman's lips. I am so embarrassed. I'm so tired of myself. Like, not. Those lips. The one. Like, dig out, dude. Like, why do I have to clarify that, Brie? The fact that I'm clarifying that implies that there's a second meaning. Therefore, you have lost your. Yeah, I saw that yesterday, and I was very, very, very. I was like, wow, we are really out here. She said, "Question for the culture. What's your culture? Daddy issues?" Because I don't, I don't think that that's a fair culture. I mean, you made one song with A$AP Rocky, and now you suddenly think you can compare yourself to Beyonce? No. No, 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 no. And also on other things, Twitter related, I guess. Doja Cat. Let's really get on that because I have a lot of things to say on that situation. If you do not know, Doja Cat is a recording artist, and she is biracial, and but I used to listen to her. I used to listen to her music. I wasn't a hardcore fan. I had friends who were, but I knew there was something up with her because I remember listening to her entire album and she sang all these things about, her male partner, like, ugh, he's so fine. he's so beautiful, he's so luscious. And then I look and it's literally a carbon copy of every guy I've seen at a college radio party. Like her boyfriend looks like a sucked off thumb, like very white and translucent and just pasty. Um, and that should be proof enough that it, like that should be just proof enough that Doja Cat makes music for white incels. She wants the attention. Also, I also have to say this to the guy that was commenting. I I gotta speak on this because that's what I do. I'm sorry. That I gotta speak on this. I have to. I don't care. I do not care. To the guy, I saw your profile picture. You look like your sugar daddy volunteers at a clan meetings. So if you just want to explain that for me, unpack that for me, that would be great. Uh, and I'm sorry, I gotta speak my truth because that's the culture. Comedian culture is ruthless. There are many times where I'll go into a comic space and my poet friends will be there, and you'll have to eviscerate the comic on stage. There are times where comics will follow and be like, that guy was terrible. And here's the way that I work. If you come for my kin, for my people, I will say something about it. There's no point in beating around the bush, okay? So to that guy, just be quiet and go to Barnes and Noble with your boring ass. Sorry, but this is my poetry. I'm a humanitarian. I give to the people. These are my donations. And Brie, you can totally not ask me to come here again. That is the that is what I can do to help you out. I also want to apologize to everyone who is watching this on Facebook right now. So yeah, I those are my thoughts. And I think we can end it here. I feel like that's all I should say at this moment. I do my if anybody wants to follow me, I have a Twitter at Deb the Skep, and I also have an Instagram, Deb the Demo, and I can plug that in on my Sacred Voices on the Sacred Voices live chat. Thank you so much. I'm sorry that this wasn't a cohesive set, but it was more rambly. But I'm kind of having a time with being funny right now. Right now, this is me trying to be serious right now. Right now, comedy is kind of in jeopardy. A lot of our live venues I'm serious, is like it's being lost, and all we have are Zoom calls. We have Zoom calls. We open up. Comedy is meant to be experienced in a live format. We need audience feedback. You know what I mean? We need someone to say, or or whatever, Like, we need that sort of energy, and we're not getting it right now from online platforms. And that's really tough for a lot of my comic friends are really struggling right now. I don't know what the CU Comedy Club is going to be this year. And I just want to say that even though, also, here's another thing. Comics, we have souls, okay? It is not our jobs to make you guys feel happy all the time. Ask me a question. Make me feel good. I don't know. Just be conscientious of the fact that we're not all jesters and that we do have feelings and we do deal. You can look at documentaries, comedians. The comedy space deals with a lot of depression and a lot of just a lot of like the exacerbation of mental health issues. So yeah, So I'm so sorry that this is the most Aquarius set that you've ever experienced. I'm so sick. Okay, I'll do one more joke because this is what I mean. I'm tired of spoken word poets falling back on the crutch of astrology to like make meaning of their lives. I'm sick of it. I am so exhausted. Here's why. One day, we're all gonna go into a jury duty meeting, okay? I'm gonna go into a jury duty meeting, and I'm gonna walk in, and it's gonna be a nice little settle in or whatever. And the judge is gonna be like, sir, Braxton Williams was charged with killing 5 people, set a whole aquarium on fire, and stole 2 Twinkies. What do you have to say to the prosecution? The prosecutor's gonna be like, sir, the evidence is stacked against us, but we just got his natal chart. Oh, he's an Aries Mars, and everyone's just gonna be like, yes, or whatever. And I looked to the judge, I was like, this can't be possible. I looked to the judge, and he's like acquitted as he snorts an amethyst crystal off of his desk. So yeah, I feel like we need to not like I feel like right after that I'm gonna look over and it's just gonna be the world's most sparkliest like makeout session in existence. And that's why I'm single. So thank you. Um, it's not because of my placements. It's not because I have a bunch of Scorpio energy. It's because of y'all. You poets need to stop capping, okay? Stop capping. All right? Such a system I want. Okay, I'm done. I have a Twitter. I have an IG. IG is Dub the Demo. Twitter is Dub the Skep. Follow me. I'm always here. I always make jokes. So, and I also make music. So search up the demo on Spotify or whatever. So yeah, that's all the things I gotta say.
Wow.
Don't get me started on Gemini. Okay.
Wow. As a Leo sun, Cancer moon, and Scorpio rising, I feel a little attacked. Just a little. That was great. Thank you for that. I wish people could see our private chats where I'm like, Deb, stop. Deb, no. Have to reiterate, as Sacred Voices, we don't engage with negative comments, commentary. Deb is acting as an individual. I am acting as Sacred Voices. So just want to put that out there. Aston, please don't kill me. It's fine. And yes, I am going to close us out with a poem. Thank you all for being on here. This is like my favorite open mic that I've like been to in a while. So appreciate it. All right. I have one poem and then we can all leave and go home. And it's almost my bedtime, so I'm excited. I am excited. Cool. So I have one and it's gonna be great. I wrote this. I don't know when I wrote this. I need to start titling my poems. Oh well. I am the beginning of creations, a graveyard waiting to be filled with soft black bodies. I am heaven. I am the child of sounds, of trap basses, of laughter, of crying, of humming, of sounds that can only be known as black. Hear all the voices in my body screaming out for a world too scared to accept its history. I am my mother's smile, my grandmother's courage, and all the strength of every black woman I've made love to. I am the protector of every little black boy and girl and child because this world has shown to me that they are incapable of loving a creation so fragile and powerful at the same time. I am terrified to die, scared to become an ancestor and a god without my consent. I am the survivor of what should have never happened. I am afraid to live in a world where this brown skin is only seen as profit, as labor, as a Facebook Live video being circled around. I am powerful. I am what happens when all the ancestors in me have fallen in love. I am my homies on this live stream, all black friends who have my heart. I am the product of a slave's dream. I am the riots that are filled with black bodies, protecting black bodies, knowing it is our duty to win. I am going to win. I am alive. I am Bree. And then that's it. That's it. Yay, we did it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. I appreciate it all.
Thank you
Cool.
so much for hosting, Bree.
Thanks for being here. It literally started off with just one person, and I was like, oh man, I hope that more people come. And look, amazing people came. Saving grace, my angels. Yes, I don't know. Y'all have any comments? What are your social medias? How can people find you? I know that Eric has the YouTube channel of Phantom Poet.
My name is Asetu Shango on all platforms because I'm the only person in the world who has that name. So that's all.
Dope.
I can be found on Instagram at Sunlight Quartz.
Cool. For people who don't know me, you can find me on all platforms and my website at ArtsyQ. Well, I lied. Artsyq.com is my website. Artsyq2 is my Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I had to put a 2 in there because someone took it, and by someone I mean Little Bree in like 2015, and I couldn't find a password to that. So there it is. Yeah, that is it. I don't know if y'all have anything else. No.
Just gratitude. Thank you for hosting. Thank y'all and everyone for your words. Thank you for watching, even the haters, but especially the lovers.
True.
Especially the lovers.
All your lovers and friends. Okay. Great. Love that. Also, do you have anything? If not, I'll click this cute little button that says end broadcast.
I have a thing. I have a couple of things. So I do Word Wednesdays every week, every Wednesday. That's apparent on my Instagram page, so you can check that out. And I also do Sensual Sundays at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is a conversation with femmes of color decolonizing sexuality and intimacy. So check that shit out. And I do it at Asetu Shango, and I also co-host with Island Bruja. So you can find Alondra at Island Bruja. Oh yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. And there you have it, y'all. That is Sacred Voices May open mic. We have open mics every 4th Friday of the month. So stay tuned in June. I'm not gonna be hosting that probably. I miss Franklin. Franklin, if you're watching this, I miss you and your anime t-shirts. Miss your face. Okay. Goodbye, loves. Goodbye, peoples. Goodbye, world.